Hello, darlings. Guess where I am? I'm back in the cupboard. Keto in the cupboard this morning. Oh, I'm just getting my angles right. So, I've just got out of the shower and I've got work this morning in about 40 minutes. So, I'm going to make sure I get here. Hello, lovelies. So this week, remember, all things S. We talked about sugar on Tuesday. We talked about keeping it simple on Wednesday, and we talked about stress on Thursday. What I would like to talk about this morning is S for showing up. Now, what that means, okay, is when we often talk about I'm all or nothing. Okay, so I'm either on plan, I'm doing everything, or I'm doing nothing. I stop everything. Now it's really simple why we do that. Sorry, this is a bit. I'm on my phone. The phone. I like the phone because I don't end up like this being massive, but it also means I have to hold it, which is not always ideal either. But anyway, showing up stops us from going into the nothing phase. So the nothing phase, because remember, all or nothing, nothing is what I call, it's in my wheel of change. If you haven't seen that, you'll have to fossick around and look for it. In the wheel of change, we talk about a phase called denial. And denial's a beautifully safe place for our brain because we don't have to think about it. We're not doing anything. We don't care. We don't care if we're eating, crap for breakfast. We don't care if we're eating rubbish all day. Our brain says, I don't care. I don't care. I'm happy. It'll tell you. It's a tiny bit of a lie. I'm happy. And that's where the danger comes. I have got a blog post coming out next week called, really actually based all on this. Now, so denial becomes a lovely place for your brain and you stop showing up. You, in fact, hide. People run away. They don't listen to podcasts. They don't watch our Facebook Lives because they don't want to know. They're happy, inverted commas, air quotes, happy in denial. But what happens is we're not really happy because, of course, in denial, that's where the damage occurs. That's where you start piling back on your kilos. Now, most people, when they're not showing up, don't stop at 1 or 2 kilos because they're happy, air quotes. They keep going. They're in there, they're eating carbs, they're drinking, they stop going to the gym, they actually stop everything. And that's when, suddenly 10, 15, whatever number of kilos goes back on until they reach a threshold. And it always happens. You reach a threshold where you go, oh my God, look what's happened. I can't fit into any of my clothes. I can't do something. I feel disgusting. Oh my God. And you then go, I can't be doing this. And you get back on the wagon. Okay. So hiding or being in denial is very safe for our brain, but often very terrible for our body. And we never stay there. So my thoughts are, if you show up, if you, for my ladies that are in our membership, if you turn up to the coaching calls, for the people in the 12-week spring reboot, turn up or watch the coaching calls. Put RLM on your favorites list so that we keep popping into your feed, because when you do that, you can't hide. And hiding is where the damage occurs. So the thing is, show up, listen. It's not about, being good. Again, air quotes for good. I can't do air quotes because I'm holding the phone. But this is when people come in to my clinic, they'll go, I've been so good. And I think, no, what you're doing is just something that is helpful for your body. Let's take the virtue out of it. It's not good or bad. It's just helpful or unhelpful. Certainly hiding is unhelpful. So I say to people, just show up. You owe it to yourself to show up and listen, because then you can't hide, as painful as it is. And this is the other thing. People that show up even when they're not doing helpful things, They're the brave ones. Okay, they are the courageous ones, because it takes courage to show up when you know that what you're doing is not helpful, because it takes courage to show up when you'd rather hide. So for all of you peeps that show up even when you're not doing what you want to do, I salute you, because it's bloody hard. Okay, it is so tempting to run into hiding land, but so unhelpful in the long run, because we don't stay there. And of course we don't stay there because what we're doing is unhelpful for our health long term. So my loves, this is my message to you. Show up. Do it whether you're on plan or not on plan. And I can tell you, I can name, in fact I will, a beautiful patient of mine, Fiona Honeywell. God. She shows up all the time. She comes to her appointments every time she has one. She never cancels. She has been walking every single day this year. She shows up whether she is losing weight or not losing weight. She is consistent. She's very brave, because quite often she comes and there is nothing moving. It's frustrating. And, she goes, and, the temptation could be to just go and, think, well, this isn't working. I might as well just eat what I want. That's what our brain says. This isn't working. I might as well eat what I want. But that's actually a lie. That is not true. Because when you eat what you want, you're back in denial, and all that happens is you just pile it all on. So the thing is also two things. Focus on showing up, and just focus on your eating good food. And it's weird, as a weight loss doctor, my biggest tip could be ditch the scales. They are so unhelpful for the majority of people. So there you go. In fact, there's a little extra S in there, scales. Ditch them. So show up, ditch your scales, focus on the behaviour, not on the outcome. And that is really the key to this long-term beautiful success. Another S. All right, my loves, my arm's getting tired holding up this crazy phone, and I do have to get to work to see my people that are showing up. So my tip for you girls and boys, it's mainly girls who listen, so I do apologise. I often forget the blokes. And this isn't just a little, buy our programs or anything like that. This is a tip to help people. Put our lives on your phone. You can actually have a little notification, RLM's going live. And honestly, put that on, because we don't always show up right on 8. Mary does, but I don't. But for all you other beautiful peeps, just put it on. Then you'll see our little messages, whatever we put in, it's there reminding you. Show up. Okay, bubs. See you later. Bye, darlings.